new levels, new devils.
Yeah.
And if you are deliberate about the intentionality of going all in, you will start to attract the people magically. It's fascinating how that works, right? As soon as you decide to go all in, magically the universe goes, hey, here's this person. And you're like, holy crap, that's the thing I need right now. That's so amazing. I just met you. But it's not a surprise anymore. It's just kind of like...
No, let's talk about that.
But it requires you to go all in.
You have to take action.
That is like...
In order to attract anything that you want, people, opportunities, you can't just sit around and think about it. You have to take action, and then all of those things will start to appear. So let's talk about that. Do you believe in manifestation, the law of attraction? I want to know your viewpoint on that.
I believe it at such a deep level that anytime I don't believe it or I negotiate with myself that it's more to-dos and strategy, I kind of have to question myself.
Oh, I'm obsessed with this answer.
Yeah.
You're the guy that wrote the strategic...
Oh, trust me. I know
book.
how... I know the polarity in that answer. And I'll tell you why, because like I grew up writing software, and I'm a left brain thinker with a right side. It's kind of interesting because I had to learn a lot of the emotional intelligence side. I understand that when we decide to focus on something, that our brain changes the RAS, right, reticular activating system, and it starts scanning the world differently. So you'll see things that you otherwise wouldn't see once you have a goal, right? It's like the heat-seeking missile of your brain. And I would say that's what Napoleon Hill talked about in Think and Grow Rich when he talked about having a primary aim. And he's not the first. If you read any book, like I've read over 300 books at this point that were written before 1940s.
Science Getting Rich, you read that one?
All of them.
Amazing.
Yeah. Wallace Wattles.
Wallace.
Yeah. But I mean, it's kind of like you go personal development, and what people don't realize, even that whole category is kind of like 100 and some years old. It's not that old.
Yeah.
And then you have like philosophy, and then you have religion, right? And those are kind of how it all stacks up. And you just see these patterns. And in religion, you see this, and in philosophy, you see this, so like, what I've come to understand is, to the degree that I'm able to work with my creator, I do it every morning. It's like every morning I post on Instagram, I create for my creator, and I listen to him. Even today, before I got here, I kind of did a prayer, and every time you ask a question, I'm like, what's coming up? Just give that. Don't filter. Mm-hmm. That's the part of it where it's like, I don't think you can just like go through life and wander. I think that's where people might get the law of attraction or other universal laws confused, where they think that if it's meant to be, it'll happen. It's like, no, you're meant to expand, and you have to have intentionality, and those thoughts are actually brought to you through the universal knowledge. Like we have the superconscious, conscious, subconscious. We get to program our subconscious through our thoughts and actions. We get to be inspired through the superconscious. And that whole stack is kind of how it works. So I'm always playing in there is this physical world, and then there's this metaphysical world, and I'm trying to always do the dance. And I'm a person that believes in God, and I have faith, but I also believe in quantum mechanics. Mm-hmm. So the answer is 100% I believe in the law of attraction. I just think my frame for it is probably a little different than what most people.
Right. No, I love it. I mean, I'm right there with you. I believe exactly the same. And this is, I feel like us sitting here right now is actually just such a manifestation of so many intentional choices. And the person that's listening to this right now is a manifestation of intentional choices. Like, you clicked on this and you listened to it. And now it's like, what do you do with it?
Yeah.